Hey everybody, welcome back to Workers and Resources. We're having a sweet time. I am kind of doing all the finishing touches on a few things, which has kind of been the theme for the last few videos, honestly. It's just been putting finishing touches on things, and you know, it kind of goes along with the theme of the channel. If you've been here a while, you might remember I guess it's technically my current graphics, because I still do the puzzle piece like banner, but I've kind of moved on from that transition to open videos. And the theme for that has always been, you know, it's like a puzzle. Everything is like a puzzle. We take and we focus on all the little pieces, and they all come together to form the picture that we're hoping to see, right? And that's kind of what the last few videos have been. Been a lot of little things, kind of put the pieces together to get ZERNOSKIY to actually work. And we still have a little bit of ways to go. It's August 20th, 1988. I would really like to get this place running and have people zipping around here in their cars next year. 1989 was the goal, right? I think we're getting there, but there's still a lot of stuff that needs done. Take a look at the plumbing underneath. We've done a little bit with the water, looks like. They've gotten that done. Helicopters have taken care of most of this. It's pretty much all helicopter stuff. They even finished this pipe and this switch. I must have had that on high priority or something. We'll get that done, I suppose. Basically all the sewage still needs to be done. All these sewage pipes need to be done. The heating pipe has been done, but not the exchanger. That was originally by design, since this is going to have wear and tear and the pipe doesn't. But I mean, I could probably get that done anytime, I guess. Same thing with the heating plant. That's not done yet. What I'd like to get going here is I want to move it faster. Okay, we have all these little pieces, but they're not moving very fast for me. I would very much like them to move faster. So I need this area to be operational. I need this area done in order to do that. And you can see that we're kind of getting there with the train tracks. They kind of need to be built right. We got this on high priority here for the office to come and do these. And which are you doing? You're doing this one over here. Oh, so you're just gonna bypass this train entirely then. I don't really need you to focus on this though. So let's go ahead and put a stop on this track. That doesn't need to be done at all. What really needs done is this track right here. This extra section right there is pretty much it. There's a little crossing that's here that isn't done yet. But I mean, for the most part, everything is kind of taken care of in this area. And then this track is completely done. So I have been going in and laying in my signaling and stuff too, to kind of keep these things updated with the proper signaling. And we have a crossing right here, and both of these rails are done, which means you get to be a signal like this now. You get to be like that, and you get to be like that. And we can go ahead and have all of these signals be the proper direction now, I think. That would be for the best. There we go. And then like that and like that. I don't want to occupy all of your time, right? Your time is valuable to me. It is. I don't want to occupy all of your time with, you know, train signaling and stuff. This is not the content you signed up for, right? If you are subbed, thank you, but this is not what you signed up for, is having me toggle these things back and forth like this. I think what you'd rather see is progress, which is why we've had a lot of time lapses and stuff, and a lot of time has passed in the last few videos, is so that we can finally start showing some progress, because it just takes a very long time to make these things in Workers and Resources. Soviet Republic, when you are doing everything in realistic mode, it takes a very long time to do all of these things. And we've seen that. I think you guys can see that, right? Many years go into these things, these different projects. So, but I think I've got the signals pretty much taken care of there. I don't really care about this area, although the fact that it's purple is kind of interesting. Okay, so to get this area operational, we need a couple of things. I mean, the rail is one thing. Then they'll bring resources here. We'll start getting wood, boards, bricks, steel, etc., all delivered here from the trains. Gravel needs to be dropped off here. We actually could do that now, the gravel train, yes, if this had power, which it doesn't have. So we're gonna put in the substation, which is right here. Probably gonna kick that up to a higher priority, maybe get the helicopters on that now. And then there's an underground wire here that is connected to this power transformer, and then that will hook everything up and get it all powered. Beyond this, though, this is really not a high traffic road, but it's also needs to be, right? And because there's going to be a lot of reasons to come down this road constantly. There's about 8 dump trucks or so in here, and there's also a potential for the need to get coal as well on a truck. Like, for example, if I have, you know, as we build out this way, it's possible that we'll have a heating deficiency, and having a small heating plant might make up the difference there, rather than having to go through a big one and then have a whole new train track made and all that stuff. Might be able to sort of get that out there, especially if I have, like, say, a fire department that's like way out here in the sticks, right out in the boonies. That's what we're doing here. You're going to need to be able to heat that building, and you're not going to want to necessarily make like a really long pipe or come off of the other existing heating plant to do it. So the possibility exists, at least, for trucks to come in here. And so what I think I want to do is, I think anyway, there's going to be, I'm looking at the angles and stuff. I think there's going to be a spot where this here, this little engine that can here, hopefully it can. If I raise it up higher, there we go. This is what I'm looking for. And actually, I kind of want it to be the lower one there. So it comes out on the low ground. Or not on the low ground, but you know what I mean. It comes out lower instead of high, raised up. So I'm thinking right about here is where I need this to be. What that's going to do, it's going to give me the option to connect both of these storages to trucks and to get it closer to the highway so they don't have to go down this little road here. One of these offices is going to use this road. The other office is going to use this, and then any route that involves moving coal somewhere will also use this. So what I think I want to do is right off the intersection here. That way, these offices, when they come out, they're immediately going to go on this road and they won't take up the regular traffic on the highway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have this road come out about like this and then probably just merge over here. Okay. Secondary road there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these truck aggregate loaders and we're just going to pop that in here. All right. We're going to say it goes right about here. Should be fine. Right. Well, at least I thought it would be fine. Apparently you're going to fight me on this. Maybe I should have had the elevated one. I mean, it is technically still up there, isn't it? It has to be raised anyway, right? Regardless, that'll take care of that. Okay, so that's one little thing that I'd like to get done too, is just to get a little better access to that for the construction crews. As soon as these guys are operational, we're going to see stuff made here a lot faster. And we don't need to build everything here, right? Some of this stuff can be built once we have people, because people are the workers that actually, you know, need to be delivered here anyway. So instead of being brought in on helicopters constantly, we could, you know, get that taken care of and have local labor again, right? We need lots of local labor here too. So to pick up local labor for construction, it's going to be this bus stop. That was the original intention behind this bus stop here, is so that we could have some people be picked up for, you know, construction labor and stuff too. It's also why the two homes that are really close to this are a little higher density. All right. So there's that. Now you know. But these guys are mostly going to be driving their own vehicles, not buses. So how does that work? Well, I think what I'm going to do for this neighborhood, I think most of these vehicles, I'm going to purchase them. But for this neighborhood and the subsequent neighborhoods that are going to be around after that, we are going to deliver cars to these neighborhoods. They're going to have domestically produced vehicles. All the way over here at Steel, right? The electronics assembly hall is done. That's what it's called. Yep. This is done. It doesn't have anybody working here yet, of course. But all I have to do is just connect the roads and stuff, and that'll happen. So I suppose if I was to do that, I could just move this a little bit closer, like, say, there. And then we could take our walking path like so. That would hook it up to this train station. This is going to be pretty nice. I also kind of want to do this a little bit differently, because at the moment, to get there, they have to walk on this gravel road. I really wish there was some way to connect you to this walking path with a faster walking, because this is very slow walking, right? They may not be able to get here. I don't know this. Well, hang on. Maybe I do know this. Or are you going here? All right, if you can reach that point, I feel like you should be able to reach this point too. Regardless, there it is. So should be able to get some people in here once this walking path is done. We need this done in order to start making them. And of course we need deliveries for everything over in this side too, right? Last video, we started to deliver. We started to pick stuff up from this and go to the border with it, which is why we're making lots of money now. We're also delivering fuel to this pad. So every time a helicopter comes down here and picks up mechanical components, they can refuel themselves as well. Same thing here. Every time a helicopter comes down and picks up steel, it can refuel itself while it's doing so. A lot more efficient that way. And yeah, so, you know, if we can get our own locally produced cars, once this whole thing is sorted out, then we can have them delivered over here. But once they're delivered here, how do we get them in the parking lots? If you're new to this game, you may not know that, right? How do you get the cars into the parking lots? Well, you do this with the car dealership, right? Or the car dealer. 15 workers in this building, and there's 11 parking spots for cars, which means you can have 11 cars in here at once and try to sell them. Now, originally my plan was to put this here, but I don't like it anymore. I'll show you why. So I'm going to place this right about, well, it should go here. Yeah, right about here-ish is where it was going to go. Go ahead and mark it right. Come on, there. That's where this is going to go. Now, that is where the car dealership's going to go, but I'm not going to do it quite the same way as I was going to do it before. Because what I was going to do before is put storage for cars here. That way we could store more than 11 cars in this car dealership. But this space is very valuable. It's like right in the thick of everything. I don't want to use this space for storage. It just seems like a bad usage of this space. So instead of that, I think we're going to put something else in here. I'm kind of thinking this restaurant, it's quite large, but I think if I go like this, I can get that to fit right here. Right, like presto. Like that. And then hopefully this walking path will connect nicely. Okay, it goes there, which is completely fine with me, actually. Okay. I don't know if that's the proper direction for the lights, though. The lights should be on... which side? Actually, there won't be any lights. Not enough room for another light post, so that's fine. All right. So we're gonna, you know, send them that way, and everything's peachy there. Okay. So big restaurant should be great, and then we have this hooked up to that same intersection right there for walking paths. Sounds good. People can walk here from over here. They can take a walk to the restaurant if they like to. And we can deliver, you know, food and meat and all that stuff to here. We have the corner store for clothing and electronics and all that stuff. So, like, we're spreading out their needs a little bit, just like small towns do. There's lots of little vendors all over the place, right? And instead of having one big store where everybody can go. One big store comes in, a lot of little stores, they don't necessarily, unless they have something unique, you know, like my small town where I grew up, we actually had like a big sort of town hall meeting, and okay, so my hometown has like 4,000 people, like total. So that meeting was, you know, comprised of like maybe a couple hundred people that represent that many, right? Which is a pretty high percentage of the population. And the reason why so many showed up was because Walmart wanted to open up a store near the highway in that town, and a whole bunch of people kind of signed petitions and went up against it, and they won. Like, Walmart's not allowed in there now. They're just not allowed to have that land. It's been sitting there as wasted land. It's still not being used at all, but at least it's not being used by Walmart. And despite that, half the businesses have still gone under because of COVID, but I mean, that's a completely separate thing. So my hometown's not doing that great. Regardless, totally sidetracked. Little stores all over the place is better than one big one when it comes to making lots of small towns, because everybody's so spread out. You don't want to have a whole bunch of cars going all to the same destination. You're going to have tons of traffic just flooding the area because everybody has to go there for what they need. So not just spreading out people, but also spreading out what they need and where they're going to get it, right? And that's ultimately why we're putting the clothing store and stuff over there. So if they need clothing and electronics, they go that way. Food and stuff, they can go this way. And then there's also the Keen, I don't know, goes here. And that's also, you know, people are going to work there anyway, because these people over here are going to have to get stuff from over there too. Okay, how am I going to get this to work? Time, speed up time here. Time is how we're going to get this to work. It's the only way we're going to get this to work is time. I want to not get the asphalt going. I think it's much more important that is the rail not being done anymore? What's going on with the rail track builders right now? Track builders should totally be coming this way. Where are they? Oh, look at this. Here's construction scrap train. Here it is. Working as intended, right? Working exactly the way it's supposed to. Goes in and does its thing. And we're processing that waste really quickly. So we just fill it in and it gets processed back into gravel. And we're up to now 1,600 tons of gravel. Very cool. We're catching up. Got a lot more stuff to build, but we're catching up. I think you might be wondering like why I haven't like paved all the roads and why I've got all these little gravel roads and asphalt and again, the goal is to have the whole thing be asphalt. At least this part will be. This road here will be all up until this point. And this one's going to stay gravel. But this one here is going to be, you know, paved. This one right here will be paved all the way out to the intersection and everything. That's going to happen. But it's not a high priority. There's super low traffic on these roads. And there's no reason to, like, say, pave this one. Because how many vehicles actually use that one? I could probably sit here and watch this city over and over again. And I'm not going to see hardly any vehicles ever use this. The reason why these exist, though, as an alternative route in case traffic does get big, I can pave it. And if I do make it asphalt, then more cars will choose to use it because it's a faster road, right? But the other reason why it exists right now as gravel is fire coverage. It just needs to be there for fire coverage. If you're looking for progress on the interchange, here you go. We got several of the roads kind of done completely. Like all the little tiny one lane roads are done. That's pretty cool. Got quite a bit of progress going in on the ramps, looks like, and they're also working on the tunnels a little bit too, I think, too. So this is all that's left for the ramps. And then the tunnel, we have this one kind of looks like it's getting going, right? So still a lot of work to do on it, but we're getting there. And as soon as this is done, then we can start getting serious about Charlemagne's North. But I would like this city operational before we get serious about Charlemagne's North anyway. Okay. Well, like I said, time. So let me let time run here real quick. Got this train here on the track ready to finish this, hopefully. And I will be right back. It is almost the end of the winter. We're going into 1989. So this is the year I wanted to bring people. Are we going to be ready? Well, let's take a look at what we've gotten done in the interim while we were waiting around. And I've got extra roads put in here so that, you know, the cars and the trucks and stuff can get it through where they need to go. And we can see that there's no source for asphalt, and that's fine. We actually don't have bitumen in here anyway, although we are going to tell it to store that. I do believe the pipe still needs done. Indeed it does. There it is. So that still needs to be worked on too. So we're not going to be making any local asphalt, at least not yet, which is fine. We don't have the parking lots or anything done for that. What we can hopefully do, though, is start delivering steel prefabs, bricks, and boards, because this stuff, in coordination with the train distribution office, is located over here, along with some gravel being over here too. And we have some coal delivered over here now as well. So we are ready to heat the place, but I think I'm going to probably bring them in around May or so. It's usually the part where if you don't have the heat, like your heating setup solid, people don't die. They just get maybe a little bit sick. And we do have that clinic over there, although clinic may not be good enough for everybody. It's possible that as we get all these little people here, I mean, there's like 1,000 people here, that clinic may get overrun. We'll see. I think I probably should elect to at least have a location for a hospital in the event that it does happen. And in that case, we are going to place the hospital right here. Just sort of a general hospital that we can, sort of have vehicles leave out of and have ambulances and stuff operate out of, right? So probably right about here would be a good place. I'm going to go about there, I think. Right about there, I think. Be a good spot for a hospital to be. And then in this little area right here, let's say large. I think there's enough room for a large parking lot in here. I was hoping. There's just not. Yeah, right. Oh, almost had it. Yeah, right here. Should work there. Oh, yeah, right there. A large parking lot right in front of the hospital. Seems good. And then we'll take the walking path around, and this will connect into there. They can walk into work. It really doesn't have to be an asphalt one. It can be just a regular old gravel one to short walk into work from there. And then on the back side, of course, or maybe even on the side here, we might be able to fit it here. We can put in the helicopters. I think I'd rather have something else right here than helicopters. So how about we put in the helicopter pad right here if it'll let me. It looks like it will. Yes. We have a helicopter pad located right here with the road being dirt into that side like that. Okay, so it's just kind of an emergency sort of thing, right? Like we have an extra hospital that can take the ambulances over and get people, but mostly they're going to be using the clinics. We probably won't have too many people working in here, but we'll see. Off of this little road here, I think we're going to actually make a dirt path that goes from here, from here to here. And then from there, we're going to have our hospital dumps and stuff need to be located over here too. So we're going to say we're going to have a dump be here and also another one right next to that located right here. And that is already in range of that hospital when it is done. So then we'll have hazardous waste and stuff being brought in through there. Okay. Also over here, we probably don't have a dump. No, we don't. I'm pretty sure we could fit one in here, although we may need a small one, but I'm pretty sure we can fit one in here. Looks like it. Maybe. Yeah, right there. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for right there. And is this road done? It is indeed. Very good. And we put this right there. Okay. Double making sure, triple making sure that you can get everywhere. Good. We're going to need an ambulance in you. Let's go ahead and grab one. It's fine. And then we're also going to need this hooked up to distribution so that if they have fuel and stuff too. I don't really want ambulances and emergency vehicles using the refueling stations, since the refueling stations are going to be much busier now. There are many more vehicles and they all need to refuel. We have these are parking lots. Where's my distribution office at? Technical services, technical services, technical services. So these are all technical services. Where's my distribution office? I'm not sure I have one, to be honest. I don't think I grabbed one. I think this would be a really good location for it, though. It could just go kind of anywhere. I think all my distribution offices and stuff are going to be right here. I think so. So medium distribution office. Yep. Why don't we place you right about like, say, this. Then we'll hit T, flip you over, and we'll have another distribution office right next to you. Is that the smartest move, putting them, two of them next to each other? You know what? We have space for it, right? As long as we have space for it, I'm good, you know? So we'll leave that open, but we definitely want this one. And the greatest part about this, like I said, is that since it's right off this road, it's able to go that way, around the roundabout, into here if it needs to, that way if it needs to, this way if it needs to. You can kind of go anywhere right away off of where it is, so this is good. I kind of splashed a little bit of dirt on this track, though, which is no good. So let's go ahead and do this, and then we cancel it, and just like that, it's fixed. And we could probably do the same thing with the other side as well, like that, and then we cancel it, and it's fixed, and then we need to get rid of the little point. Easy. All right. There we go. I have canceled. You probably noticed this during the time lapse. I have brought this rail back. I deleted this little segment of rail, and I've decided I am going to do a tunnel after all under here. I don't like how it goes all the way up like that, then has to come all the way back down, only to go back up again to get over top of the farm track. I don't like any of that. So we're going to redo this, and in so doing, we are going to go under the ground. So 1, 2, I was kind of hoping, yeah, like that. Just going to go under, let's say 3 at this point, like that. And then you are going to go all the way like that. If I take a look at this, you know, it kind of looks like it's going into the ground there. I sort of like that. Goes underneath this, bypasses all that noise, and then it ends up on the other side of this track. So we want it to come straight out like this. And yeah, I think probably we could get away with it being like this to there. It needs to match up. It needs to be perfectly aligned. That is not perfectly aligned. You must be like that, okay? And then we come up from here. Bring it up all the way if we can. Yeah, so it needs to go just a little bit further, looks like. Okay. So let's take and go like so. Might need to F4 this. Yeah. Go underneath the track like that. Come on now. There you go. Not quite perfectly lined up, though. The reason why I want it perfectly lined up is not because I love symmetry. It's because I want the exits to be symmetrical. I don't really care about the underground part. The underground part can look really ugly for all I care. But the important thing is that... All right, what is going on with this now? My gosh. All right, you know what? I'm going to redo this. This thing is all sorts of messed up. Every single part of this is all staggered now. They're at different elevations, it looks like, too. This is definitely not what I'm trying to do here. Everybody is messed up. We're going to delete you. We're going to do another segment. I think this is how we're going to play this. We're going to go straight across from this. Okay. We'll say right about here is where we want to be. We're just going to cancel that. And then I guess I can't, unless I hotkey it, which I haven't hotkeyed it yet, so I guess I can't. We'll eyeball it, and we'll say it's about there. And it goes that direction. All right, and that'll be where our track is. Yeah, this will be where our track is instead. Although, kind of like this road, but it'll come out and around and then over that way. This road probably needs to go like right up against wherever this tunnel is. Yeah, so we'll say the tunnel goes underneath like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 down, I guess. No? Really? It shouldn't matter, to be honest. Look, once you're underground, it should not care where this is on above ground. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we go 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then this way. There's our track right there. So we'll have it be a little bit of a curve, I suppose, is fine, although apparently it isn't. So you'll go straight, but you won't curve. It's super weird. I just don't understand. I don't understand that. It's because it's raising it up. I think I understand now, actually. Because the elevation is going up. Okay, that's why. So note to self, right? The elevation changes. All of this stuff is relative. I figured it would stay flat if I didn't change it. But as I go down, 1, 2, 3, I'm saying current depth is 9 meters. So if I say I want to keep it 9 meters, I go like this. The problem is that the land is rising so fast that 9 meters down from this point is actually elevated. At least that's what it looks like anyway, but maybe it's not. 7 meters, 7 meters, 7 meters. So as the land tips up. Okay, that makes things a little bit more challenging, doesn't it? We'll have to go maybe something like this. We'll go a little bit closer to this track. And then as we go in, yeah, like this. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay, and then 4 to there, like that. And then from here, we can allow it to lift up, or I can come at it from this side, which is I think I'm going to do instead. Come at it from this side. And because of the elevation rising, I don't even have to lift the track. I just drag it, and it'll just do it. I think that's super cool. So I'll just stop trying to go down lower and just let it do whatever it wants to do, because the land itself is rising. I don't have to tip it down. Although apparently I do have to tip it down here. What's going on here? What is that? Hold on, what is this? Is this a spare segment of the little segment of track I forgot to delete? Okay. Here we go. All the way over to there, and then I should be able to just connect these two. And that would probably be one of the cleanest looking tunnels I've ever made if I could pull that off. But another segment of track right there, it looks like. How did this happen? That's super weird, isn't it? I guess it's these tiny little segments, you know? I mean, kind of delete tunnels in pieces and chunks. There's the tunnel I want. That took way longer than it was supposed to, but now you know why everything is time-lapsed for you. Because, like, I can fit a whole bunch of stuff into a single video if I just, you know, let you see the end results and all the people working on it. So this is going to be like that instead. I think that's going to be much better. And then we'll probably have a town right here, like I was saying earlier. Although the helicopters appear to have built the pump jacks, or at least it built some of them anyway. This one's built. This one's built. Yeah, helicopters have been building these. I did cancel a few, but apparently I missed like half of them. I guess I didn't cancel like half of them, so they're built now. They've been pumping too. At least some of them have, because the wind turbine is done, and that's providing them power. So they're just sitting there working too, I suppose. They have no place to put the oil, but they've been working it. Instead of having here's another idea, really. Instead of having a pipe that goes all the way into there, which is still, I think, more ideal. Instead of doing that, we could like set up a train and then have the train bring it over there. I realize I'm just saying that's an option. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do the damn pipe, but it was just an option, and it could have worked, I suppose. I will set this pipe system from here and all this stuff here too. I need to set all these pipes in, and I'm not sure I can do that underneath these fields. So I'm going to have to go around, I think, which is going to just take a little extra resources, but we've got plenty of resources, and that is all being built by these construction offices, not by the ones way over there, right? The ones right over there, eventually they get repurposed into reconstruction offices, and then they can all help out. And a lot of the extra vehicles that we don't need for reconstruction, like excavators, for example, will just get moved over to other offices somewhere where they are more suitable. Yeah. Okay. So these guys should be doing things, and I'm not entirely sure why they're not. You should be handling, unless there's just nothing to do, which I find that very hard to believe, considering there's, okay, never mind. Workers. That's rail. Wow, workers. Is there actually nothing to do? No, the hospital's to do now. You don't have it marked. So I need to get these guys in a group, basically. In fact, you know, you should be building this. Why don't you guys go ahead and build this? Is that not within your auto search or what? Right there. Should absolutely have auto searched that, but for some reason you just haven't. Maybe you didn't have boards available. Although boards was one of the first things delivered, so I doubt that too. Probably should allow for more boards to exist in here too. So why don't we bring boards up to, 143 is fine. Bring that up there like that. Okay, I think we're almost ready to turn things on. So next video, I probably will let it run a little bit longer to just kind of get a lot of this stuff, because like a lot of these buildings and stuff need to be done. At least I would say the bare minimum, the supermarket needs to be done, because this is where we're going to start bringing stuff, right? And we also need to limit what's in here. So inside this one, we're going to make sure that we only deliver food, clothes, and electronics. That's the only things in this warehouse. And then we're going to bring food up to about like that. I think that's about what we'd want. Probably even more than that. If they can't find food, then you're in big trouble. They can't find clothes and electronics, they'll whine about it. But if they can't find food, then you're in trouble. So I'm thinking we probably want to go up to like something like this is the balance here. Like 80% food. I think that's better in this one. And then, of course, we have meat in this one, too. So now that we have all this done, this doesn't have power, though. So we still need to get power running. And I have power inputs to, like, to here. But as you can see, the number of connections on this was way crazy. So we're going to need an extra one of these substations as well. And the substation, I guess, the extra one can go in. It can go in somewhere. I mean, it can really go in. I could put it on the edges too. It wouldn't matter. So, because it's just enough to supplement everything. So let's put one here, and then we'll put another one probably right over, about right on the edge of the road over here. Be okay too. And we'll just get a little dirt road into there, and then probably one more in this area. Okay, the winter is over. And I did say that I wanted to bring people in 1989. And that's the year we're in now. It's February 25th now. Probably, again, going to wait till maybe May, late May or so, just to make sure that the... I hate how we have bitumen down. And the small heating plant in Krasna has started failing too. It's got to be the track builders. It's not getting workers in here, right? No coal. No coal. Where's the workers? Can't export mixed waste. Oh, it's a mixed waste issue. Well, look at you. This thing's glitched into the ground. I bet that's probably why they can't do it. Because this thing's glitched into the ground. Can you pick it up? Yeah, you can pick this up. Okay, so it's not enough waste trucks, I think is what it is here. We don't have enough trucks. Because otherwise, yeah, there we go. Look at all those people going over to coal. Brilliant. Okay, so we definitely need more waste trucks over here. This is a distribution office, and that's going to be coming in handy, but mostly that's just for keeping everything fueled and everything. Don't have any workers in there yet. This is done, though. I like this. So I'm going to do this. For the next video, here's what we're going to do. I think we have enough going here to where, yeah, this is almost done. So we need to get this prioritized, and then we can bring people into here. That will enable us to get started on our own electrical components, which is an essential part of my plans here. Those electrical components then need to be brought to here so that the trains can access them, okay? Need power over there too. This warehouse is going to get set up. We're going to get the forklifts running, and we can start having all this stuff move around, okay? So I'll do that kind of offline between now and the next video. And then also we'll do our final checks on, ZERNOSKIY and get them in here. Still have quite a few things that need built. I've connected the distribution office to this cargo train station, but without power, it isn't going to deliver here. And power is the other thing I'm going to work on in between videos here. I've got this power transformer here. It's got 6 connections. It's done. I just need to get it over to all the different places. This thing is going to need a maximum power here because it is going to be tapped at 111% here. So it's going to definitely need the most power I can give it. Go all the way across the road there, and then we're going to put that into, like, I think maybe we'll go up here onto the other side of the tracks. And then over. I don't want to get in the way of any potential buildings that are going to be here, so we'll go do something about like that. I think maybe I can get rid of one of these posts. These are pretty close together. Can I get rid of... Can I do this? No? Really? Ugh, fine. So we'll get that connected, and then we have another one here that's going to help out with some stuff that's going to be in here, right? So I want to get this connected too. I'll set this one needs to go. This connector needs to go to that one that's over there. So we'll have this one go here. Real simple connection there. Get that going. This one needs to come all the way over on the other side of the tracks, though. Just keep it on this side of the tracks, and then yeah, we're not going to do much on this side of the tracks, if anything at all. So let's go ahead and do that, and then as it gets to this side of the tracks, it can then go this way, as long as I'm not blocking any roads, because I might want these to be cross streets. There we go. And then don't block the walking path. Don't block the walking path. So go like this, and then out like that. Don't block the road like that, or the walking path. There we go. And then you're into there. Okay. So we're just gonna get things connected, all right? Power and stuff. That's gonna be working. So I really do appreciate you guys watching. I know these last 3 videos have been a very different pace from the ones that are usual here, because there's been a lot of stuff that's sort of been time-lapsed against you, as opposed to just walking you through it step by step. But I'm hoping, though, that you've enjoyed it all the same. We have our treatment. I have never seen one of these built, aside from, I guess, the very end of the stream series. We built it just to see what it looks like, and it was the big one, not the small one. So I've never seen this building. I'm looking at this for the first time, just like a lot of you are. So this building looks pretty cool. I'm just saying how it moves things around so that the really dense, really big stuff kind of gets to the bottom, and then the rest of the water can be moved to the next stage and all that. Water processing sewage and stuff is actually pretty cool. Processing water is pretty cool. A very cool process. Lots of different steps to it. Yeah, so we're probably going to see that work too, because I imagine it's got some cool animations. All right, so February 28th, going to shift to March 1st. And guys, I mean, look at this place. It is awesome. We're at, I didn't make any money last month. That's interesting. I didn't make any money last month. I guess that's just the way it goes, We've been moving stuff around the Republic instead of exporting it. So, we're moving it to this location here instead of sending it to the border. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.